Hello, I'm going to start doing daily videos again because I weighed myself this morning and I'm 10 stone 10, and that is entirely not the route I would like to go along. So I think although it's tricky for me to do daily videos, I think that it really helps me keep on the Slim and Well plan. It helps me record everything I eat and drink, which helps me to question why I'm eating it and whether I need to, etc. So I think I've just been struggling with feelings of trappedness and wanting to find something for me within it all. I've been working on other joys as well, but I think I've succumbed a bit to food. So there's a place for food in my life, but it's got to be within a balance of it all. So I'm just going to start the day with a pint of water. Hello, so I'm at work. When I was at home I also had it's a kids vitamin that I get, and the reason why I get it is because it's got iodine in it, so I've been taking that one, but there's no calories in it, so it hasn't got a sin value. And now I'm about to have some fruit. So I've been very much enjoying having fruit for... Oh, has that gone upside down? No. Leaked. No, I think we're okay. I've been really enjoying having fruit first thing in the morning. It's been a really good thing. I've been taking a peanut butter Marmite banana sandwich with me for either having it now or after school. I've been for the couple of days I've been having it after school, and that's been quite a useful thing either on the way home. And the Marmite helps because it gives a bit of a salty taste to it, so it kind of gives a little bit like crisps basically, because my challenge is at the moment we're doing the hub club and there's crisps and biscuits and all that sort of thing around the place, so that works quite well as a alternative to crisps. My downfall has been recently is I've been totally fine all day until I've got home, and then I've just been eating whatever, it's all been comfort foods. So I need to change a pattern there, and I'm thinking about reintroducing noodles. I'd stopped having noodles because they weren't vegan, because they had egg in them, but I think I'm going to have to reintroduce them temporarily to I think I can get rice noodles as well, so I might go along the rice noodle path rather than the egg noodles, which could give me the opportunity to remain vegan. And then doing bean sprouts and soy sauce, whether it's soya sauce, I can't remember. So trying to find a quick bulking food that's on plan that does well. I used to have that before and that worked quite well. So yeah, so that's been my downfall at the moment. Right now I'm going to have some watermelon. Watermelon has been really tricky for me. I've been trying to transport it, but it ends up just leaking in the picnic bag and going everywhere. But I think I've managed to... I don't think it's leaked. It's so tricky to... It's all cold in there, but I don't think it's wet. I've put it in this kind of sealable bag, and that seems to have done well. I've been putting it in a... all sorts of containers, but they just eventually the water leaches out of it and you end up with this puddle. But I think I've managed to crack that. So I'm going to have a pear, conference pear. I'm going to have this watermelon, and I've got some different types of oranges. So I think I've got tangerine. I've just got them all in this pot that I can have if I want to, and there'll be some for after school as well. I've got tangerine and some tangerines and some mandarins, in there, and some satsumas. I've got one satsuma, one tangerine, I think is in there, and some mandarins, so I can have them as a snack. Works quite well to have a fruit snack mid-morning if I need to at work. And then I brought my lunch with me, which today is pasta, and I've got a couple of sausages in there and some olives, and I can't remember how many olives I put in. I think it was 2 sins worth of olives, but I'll take a video of that later. Okay, so now I'm just going to have my watermelon and pear, and that will sit me at, so far, no sins, no healthy extra B's, and no healthy extra A's. Hello, so I just forgot, I won't be a second. So I just forgot to video my lunch, and my lunch was pasta with veg and had 10 olives, which is 2 sins, and Linda McCartney sausages, red onion. Pasta and veg had spices and chilli with it. And then I've also just had 2 pieces of wholemeal loaf, 400 grams each. Good girl. No, not 400 grams each. From a 400 gram loaf, which is 1 healthy extra B. And then 4.5 sins worth of peanut butter and banana and Marmite. So I'm on 1 healthy extra B and 6.5 sins today. Hello, back now. I'm just letting you know I'm having 16 almonds for healthy extra B. So 2 healthy extra B's today, 6.5 sins. I've got some leftover cannelloni, which I could have, which would take me for later on this evening, which would be 8 plus 6, 14, so it would take me to 15 sins if I had that later, 6 to 8.5 sin portion. So yeah, I've got that later if I need to. But so far, 2 healthy extra B's and 6.5 sins. Alright, see you in a bit. Here's some leftover cannelloni and noodles and sweet corn that I'll have a little bit of now, then I shall eat the rest later. So that'll be 15 sins and 2 healthy extra B's today. Hello, so I got caught out with some leftover bits of pizza. That we made some pizzas with white pita bread, just topped with tomato puree and cheese. There was a couple of bits of those, and I cut them into thin fingers. And also I made some cakes for my son for his cake sale tomorrow, and I ate one of those. And I was basically going to not have my cannelloni because I'd eaten those things, but I've decided I'm going to have my cannelloni because I'm hungry, and I've got to watch, kind of denying myself in penance, you know what I mean, like sort of I got planned to eat my cannelloni, and I can't really just have those things instead of tea, so I'm going to have my tea, but it will mean that I'm over today, but just be back on, well, I'm not going to say back on plan, because I don't think, it's just, what I mean to say is there's always the next day, so I will do a video tomorrow. Okay then, bye.